This is my 1992 E36, and in today's video we're going to be looking at rear tail lights, how to remove them, and in my particular case to solve a problem that I've been having where I'm getting a tail light failure mode on the check control despite the fact that this lamp unit works perfectly. Let's get to it! Very few tools needed for this job, just in this case a 3/8 ratchet and a 10mm deep socket. You can use a regular socket or you can use a 10mm spanner, but I find the deep socket that little bit easier. And whilst this video isn't sponsored, a little shout out to Draper. I've just treated myself to one of their socket sets, 3/8. It's a really comprehensive set, beautifully made, really nice. Very, very pleased with my purchase. Links in the description below if you want something similar. In terms of the problems I've been having, if I turn on the ignition, turn on my lights, I get this message come up on my check control panel. I only have the small number of buttons panel, but it doesn't seem to matter. I've got this tail light failure. But if we go at the back of the car here, we see that I've got my two regular lights here working, my number plate lights are working, and my other two lights on this side are working. These units are working fine, and in fact this car recently passed an MOT, so there is clearly no problem, but there is a problem I've worked out with this lamp unit. So as part of changing it, I'm going to show you that problem and talk to you about these two units, which are different, albeit they look the same, and explain all the mystery that surrounds E36 lights with check control. Removal of these rear lights is really, really simple. You've just got a cover plate here that you just twist that quarter turn and then it pulls out. There's a little bit of a catch right down here that you just need to be a bit careful of so you don't break it, but just sort of slide it up. Out that comes. And then you've exposed to the back of the light, so unclip your wiring harness here. And then you've got your four 10mm bolts to do using this deep socket. Once those are done, it's then just a case of pushing out your lamp unit like this from the inside. And with it loose, it's then just a case of getting your fingers behind and pulling it out. Should be worth noting, I've had this lamp out unit before while I was doing some diagnosing of this problem, so this is all clean. It did take a bit of time. The original to pull it out was a bit dirty, but there's nothing to be concerned about. It just literally pulls straight out. So with that lamp out, I've got now access to this terminal block at the back. And you can see a pin here which is a bit corroded. I thought originally that was the problem. I've cleaned that pin up, although it doesn't look like it. I put some contact spray in, but that is running the rear lights. That one's fine. What is interesting though is eight pins and 8 wires going into this connector block, but we go and look at the lamp unit, we'll see something different. And this is the lamp unit we just pulled out of the car, and as you can see here there are only 6 pins and there are 2 holes missing. And what I've learned from my research, there's a good website out there which I'll link in the description that talks about this, is that you need 2 pins down here at the bottom in order to the lamp unit to be compatible with a check control car, a car that has the check control system. For the cars that didn't have check control, they don't have this second pin here. So this lamp, this tail lamp here, is not original to my car and has come from a car that didn't have check control originally. I don't know why. My car's had a life, I'm sure. It's probably had an accident. But what I realised was then this isn't original and I needed to find one. And therefore I was looking for a lamp unit with 2 pins in this bottom point here to give compatibility with check control. And that's what I bought here. I bought this a couple of weeks ago, and as you can see, we've got this extra pin down at the bottom. And what that does is the check control system then sees the 2 bulbs, I think it's these 2, as separate and doesn't report a fault. But as I mentioned earlier, I've got an 8-pin connector with 8 wires, and then very recently another lamp unit turned up. These seem very rare on the second-hand market, with the full 8 pins. And this pin here, which is the one that it doesn't appear on this one, is for the fog light on that left-hand side, passenger side for UK cars. Now, if you're in the US, I don't know what your rules are about fog lights, but in the UK, we have to have 1 fog light. On every E36, it's on the UK driver's side at the rear. But early on in the E36 coupe, at least, life cycle, you got twin fog lights, and this is a full 8-pin fog light unit with the correct amber and all the rest of it. It's exactly right. But I'm now in this world where I can understand the difference between a 6-pin lamp, a 7-pin lamp, and this, an 8-pin lamp. But this is the one I'm going to fit to the car because this is correct for the wiring that I've got. So let's put this theory to the test then. You've seen me remove the 6-pin lamp and I get that check control message. This is the 7-pin lamp going in. This isn't the one I'm going to fit permanently, but let me put it in and we'll just give it a quick wire up. And I'll show you what happens next. So here in the cabin then, ignition on, lights on full, rear fog light. And what we see is that we've got a rear fog light here on this side, but we've just got regular rear tail lamp here. It's not super bright. So if I now remove the 7-pin lamp unit, do this here. Luckily, it just slides out like it did before. Ooh, gosh. And then I've got my 8-pin lamp unit going in here. I'm going to leave the lights on for speed and efficiency. There we go. And then instantly you can see that that is now much, much brighter. And with the garage lights conveniently turned off, that's a super bright fog light on that side and a super bright fog light on that side, confirming that the 8-pin lights are twin rear fog lights. Final test then is to see what happens with the check control system. That's the 8-pin lamp in place. The 7-pin one is still back here in the boot. And if we go to the car, ignition on, lights on, turn the fog light off, and I've got no messages on my check control saying check control okay. So that is problem fixed. So with those bolts, 4 bolts done up, you've then only got to put your back cover on, which I'll show you in a second. If, however, this video has been about changing the lamp units, but if all you need to do really is change a bulb in your rear lamps, these are just really lovely, actually, quarter, or not even quarter, like 1/8 turn fittings, and then the bulb is there, and you can just literally pop it out, pop it back in again, and they're all exactly the same. If we do this one's a bit different because it has a double filament bulb for brake light or rear light and fog light. But they're all just these nice holders that kind of twist out and twist in, and it makes life really easy. I've had far harder jobs to do than that. Then in terms of your back cover, all you need to be careful of, there's this sort of point here. Let's get it nicely on the screen here. Just be a bit careful about that. You've got to sort of slot that in, and there's a little recess for it to go into. So do that bit first. Get it slotted in, and like that, and then just line that bit up here. Make sure your boot rubber's not in the way. There we go, and then just quarter turn and you're locked in. And there we go, we're all back together. So super simple job this, changing the tail lights on an E36. I wish everything on a BMW was this nice. So there we go, guys, that's how to replace your tail lamps on your E36. If you found that useful, let me know. If you've got a comment, send it to me. If you've got a great E36 project you want me to follow, send me that link too. And I look forward to coming to you in a new video very soon. Thanks and goodbye.